Oh man, I can't wait to do the Wrestle Dream review, man.
Yeah, it's looking like it's gonna be a really good show.
Oh yeah, bud. I mean, all these matches, all these dream matches, if you will,
Yeah.
it's gonna be amazing and. Oh, hey.
What is going on,
We're
guys?
just doing
Yeah.
a review soon.
It's time. I'm gonna kill
I don't think
everyone.
there's no need for that language.
Oh,
Uh,
not at all.
oh, you have no idea.
I mean, why are you looking at that camera over there?
Don't mind.
Oh, you gotta be my friend. What's going on, fuckers? That's right. I'm here to kill everyone here. Me and my friend Demon.
Hey, why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you are. It is time to die.
Are you like possessed or something?
Are you?
Send help. I'm Matt. This is Killer Carl. And welcome to. Hey, me and Matt here, and this is Killer Kyle, and welcome to another installment of WHEELZ Fury. And tonight we talk of AEW Wrestle Dream.
Yes. This is the first new pay-per-view of AEW's. And it's like they started doing Forbidden Door. It was like, okay, they're partnered with New Japan, so it's like, okay, what matches could we do with New Japan that people would want to see, and maybe even like dream matches, if you will.
Yeah.
And then, so they've been going on for, well, this is their second year of, the Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
And so, it's like, okay, why don't we keep that concept going, and we'll call the pay-per-view Wrestle Dream. Like, that's just my
Well, I mean, that makes sense too. I mean, the term
hypothesis.
Forbidden Door is actually a good thing, except calling it something else is fine. I mean, Wrestle Dream just kind of think of like, okay, we haven't seen this guy take on this guy before.
Yeah,
Or this girl take on this girl before.
yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Like, I believe with Forbidden Door is like, okay, who could we take from AEW and put them in a match against from New Japan?
Yeah.
With Wrestle Dream, it's like, okay, we could take an AEW star and put them with anybody from any organization in a dream match or in a match in general that, you know, maybe they haven't had a match before ever, or maybe they haven't had a match against each other in a long time, maybe a few years or whatever.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and I mean, we're gonna be in Seattle, Washington.
yeah.
So that's gonna be pretty cool. And yeah, so no time like the present. Let's get it on.
Yeah.
Now let's do the damn thing.
Yeah. So, you have this match first. Is what has been billed as a wrestler's dream match, if you will. Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, buddy. Yeah, man. I mean, this is cool because you have Bryan Danielson, who wrestled all over North America. I'm assuming he wrestled in Europe a few times as well. And then you have Zack Sabre Jr., a guy that has won many titles in Japan and England.
Right.
I mean, I don't remember a lot from the US except for his time in AEW and maybe Impact.
Right.
So, to see these two guys go at it, I think is going to be awesome. And I mean, Bryan's going to be wrestling in his home state, so it's even more special.
Yeah. For sure. And you know, with both Zack Sabre Jr. and Bryan Danielson both being very technical wrestlers, like they're both can be physical, but they're both very sound technical wrestlers. I have a feeling this is going to be a technical masterclass.
Shit, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Because, I mean, like, yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. is the modern day wrestler, if you will. And I mean, we see him a lot, and it's almost like Bryan is a very good wrestler himself.
Yes.
But it's gonna be a toss-up.
Yeah, I agree. It's like, who would do well getting a win in this match? Really don't know. Because, like, Zack Sabre Jr. mainly competes in New Japan.
Yeah.
He's the New Japan television champion, I think, or whatever.
Yeah.
The big ass fucking championship belt is.
It's beautiful.
Bryan, you know, is with BCC.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like you pick one or the other. You're probably gonna do right either way.
Yeah, either way, it will be entertaining as shit, so.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So this match is something that is gonna be awesome because the build-up has been awesome. And I mean, it's kind of funny because you have Hangman Adam Page win the Charity Battle Royal. He goes and he goes in Texas. Then you have Swerve Strickland coming out, and they jack for a while, and then a match is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Now, I honestly think, you know, knowing that Swerve is a heel,
Yeah.
I'm assuming, it almost seems like a friendly competition match.
I guess.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, the back and forth they had with each other and the contract signing, that was really good.
So, that being said, hell, I'm gonna go with Adam Page. Nothing to take away from Strickland. I mean, you can technically have him win, give him more of a push.
Yeah.
But you know what? We can use this feud in another pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, Fall Gear.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm gonna say Adam Page.
Yeah, I think I'll take the Cowboy myself. I mean, I'm sure this will be a good match. I just think it seems like Hangman's on a bit of a roll right now.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like, have him win in this match. And then maybe, yeah, carry it over to Full Gear and have the rematch. But, I mean, it's going to be a good match nonetheless.
Yeah, so... Hashtag cowboy shit.
Yeah. So as you're going through this match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, you got FTR versus Aussie Open.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, I didn't really expect them to lose the Ring of Honor titles at All Out, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. I don't see FTR lose this match, though.
No.
I really don't. I
No.
mean, they're one of those teams that you can see them with all the straps, and I know that it annoys me to see a wrestler with too many championships, but when you think about it, at one time they had the Ring of Honor titles, the IWGP titles, and the AAA titles. So, I think that was it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I want to see how far they can go, where else they can go. I don't think they'll go further than where they are now, but I still say that FTR is going to win.
Yeah, I think FTR is going to retain. You know, nothing to take away from Aussie Open, but like, FTR is just on that next level. And I mean, I don't see an issue with Aussie Open eventually being AEW Tag Team Champions. I think give it a little more time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that they'll get the title eventually, but just not now.
Yeah. So speaking of the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles, we got this 2-on-1 handicap match. MJF versus the Righteous of Vincent and Dutch. And, you know, they were talking this week on Dynamite, you know, the injury that Adam Cole sustained, and, you know, there's this whole video thing with MJF and Adam Cole on a boat fishing, and the whole thing with Paul White and him in the fucking duck floaty and whatever.
Oh, God, yeah.
And then you have MJF and Adam Cole come out, and, you know, you got Adam Cole sitting in a chair, and he's like, man, I came out to, you know, encourage MJF out of the submission that Joe had him in, and I jumped off the side of the runway, and I broke my ankle in like 3 places, and unfortunately we're going to have to relinquish the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles. And MJF's like, wait, hold on. You mean to tell me you had me fight twice in one night for the Ring of Honor tag titles, and then defend the AEW Championship against you, just to give these up? No. I'm going to defend these titles for the both of us against the Righteous at Wrestle Dream. And it's like, alright, let's see where this is going to go. But I have a feeling more than likely we're going to have new Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions.
Yeah. Unless he can come up with a tag team partner.
Yeah.
You know, like, that I don't remember a match where it was a handicap match for the tag team titles.
Right.
So, I don't know. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, let's say the Righteous win. Is that the perfect time for Adam Cole to do a heel turn?
Maybe.
So, you know, it's kind of one of those things where we talked about the swerve. I don't want to see MJF go heel. He's been doing very well as a babyface so far.
Yeah.
I think Adam Cole is a good babyface. Can he work better as a heel? You're goddamn right he can.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
he was with the Kingdom in Ring of Honor
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
So, that's familiar territory. Not to mention the fact that you have him and Roderick Strong as a team. Now, I talked to my brother, and he said that it would be interesting if Red Dragon came back,
Yeah.
and then you have Roderick Strong and Adam Cole, and they would have their own version. of the Undisputed Era, which I actually don't agree with, but it'll be interesting if that did happen. The bottom line is, I think the Righteous are gonna win. Because there's no goddamn way that MJF can take on these two guys by himself
Right.
and win.
Yeah.
Unless Stoweyes Khan has a tag team partner coming out and assisting MJF in this match and keeping the tag team titles. I'd like to see that.
Right. So next we go on to a 6-man match. 6-man tag. You got Chris Jericho and the Golden Elite, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi versus the Don Callis family of Konosuke Takeshita. And recently heel turned again, I guess, whatever the fuck. Sammy Guevara and Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
This match should be a good match.
Yeah.
The build up for it has been interesting.
I honestly think that the family needs more momentum.
Yes.
And here's why. The fact is, yeah, Chris Jericho is the GOAT in professional wrestling. You know, the fact that you have a guy that's been in the business for as long as Chris Jericho
Yeah.
and Don Callis.
Yeah.
You bring in Don, and then you have Tanosuke Taneshka, and then Sammy Guevara, and then you got in Will Ospreay.
Right.
And so, these guys are a new stable. And you know what? I think they'll be a better heel stable than the Pinnacle. Maybe.
I guess.
I mean, look, Chris Jericho's at the point in his career now, I believe. Let's finish it off as a face.
Yeah.
I mean, being a heel is great and everything. But when did you see a wrestler ever retire as a heel?
Yeah, not generally.
So, let's finish it off. And I know he's still young enough to wrestle. It's just a little bit more. And look, he's got also ties with Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
They both wrestled each other in New Japan, Alpha and Omega.
Yep.
They're both Canadian American wrestlers that,
Yes.
you know, they prove themselves all over the world. Well, Kenny Omega never went to WWE.
No.
So, you know, you got history there. You got the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. They have history. So it's going to be a really good match. But yes, I am going to say the family. Or the Don Callis family.
Yeah. Like, I agree. I think the Don Callis family needs to get some momentum rolling here. Like, okay, the whole thing with, you know, Sammy turning on Jericho, and then, you know, Kenny Omega and Takeshita, and then throw in Will Ospreay and Ibushi. I'm sure there's history there.
Oh yeah, all the lovers.
I'm talking about Ibushi and
Oh,
Ospreay.
right. Yeah, I would think they had a few matches together. Obviously, Kota Ibushi has been one of those guys that was, I really want to say, a Triple Crown in New Japan. The IWGP Intercontinental Champion. I think it was IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
I think so.
As for, he might have been tag team champion, and I think he was with Kenny Omega. That's where I was getting at.
Okay.
He did a run in WWE at 205.
Yeah.
That didn't really work out,
No.
unfortunately. And so, yeah, him being in AEW, I think is awesome.
Yeah.
They need a face Japanese wrestler, so let's bring in this guy, and I think that anybody that can wrestle a blow-up doll and make it look good
Yeah.
is a damn good wrestler in my book.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody that can wrestle a blew-up doll and a child
Well, that was Kenny Omega.
and actually make it look good, they're on another level.
Yeah.
So next we have a 203 Falls match for the TNT Championship. Christian Cage versus Darby Allin, Seattle Zone.
Oh, buddy. Yeah, I mean, Christian Cage has to be one of the biggest heels in all Elite Wrestling.
Right now, yes.
Right now, even better than MJF ever was. That's an argument right there.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think that he tends to forget that he's not the TNT champion!
Actually, yes, he is.
Oh, he is.
Yes, there was a match on Rampage, a triple threat. It was Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and I believe Darby Allin, and Christian pinned Luchasaurus for the title. So Christian Cage actually right now legitimately is the TNT champion.
Well, fuck me silly.
Yes, when Luchasaurus was the champion, he, said, we are the champion, and Christian was the one that mainly carried the title, but now he actually, for real, legitimately is the champion.
That's what I get for not watching Rampage. Alright. I mean, this is gonna be a good match, obviously. And I think Darby actually has a chance. I mean, can you imagine him with Luchasaurus? I mean, they've already wrestled before, but...
Yeah. I got a sneaking suspicion Luchasaurus is going to fuck over Christian.
Yeah. So there's two things. Because... yeah, there's that. And now... the rumor mill has been swirling around. And... what? Did I say that wrong?
No, it's just, rumors have been swirling, and it's like, I really don't see it fucking happening. I said it, when it was talking about it, this is gonna happen at friggin' All Out, or All In. Give it a fucking rest. Okay, yes, it has been, obviously, made official, you could say. He's no longer with the WWE. He's, done with WWE or whatever, but just no. Fucking no.
See, and that's the thing. Because the proof is right there. The guy has resigned from WWE, and if it's not Wrestle Dream, then I'm not sure when it's going to happen. But it has to happen at some point. And what better way to do this in a match where Christian Cage is going to defend the TNT title? I mean, it makes a little bit of sense. I mean, hell, you can have him come out as Bono. You can have him come out as Sexton Hardcastle. You can have him come out as Damian Stryker, which was his name in WCW. But to see Adam Copeland in AEW to finish off his wrestling career, I think would be fucking awesome. Because here's a guy that in his second WWE run, his comeback, if you will, he had many opportunities that he should have had at least the Universal title or the WWE title. And unfortunately, that didn't happen. And it really pisses me off to a certain degree because he worked his ass off. He worked his ass off training, and he worked his ass off he had a fucking ring in his house. You know, and the fact that the guy came back, he was better than ever. We're just gonna have him feud with Randy Orton for a while. And then we're gonna have him join the Judgment Day only to kick him out of the Judgment Day a few days later. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, and that's why I'm glad he's no longer there. For him to be in AEW, it'll be a breath of fresh air. It'll be interesting because look, when Paul White left WWE, and I say it to myself, I don't see him in AEW. But yet, here he is. The same with Mark Henry, but right now Mark Henry hasn't necessarily had a wrestling match.
Paul mainly does 0 hour.
True as well.
I mean, yeah, okay, there was that one thing they did on Dynamite this week with, you know, as I mentioned, the whole Adam Cole and MJF fishing thing, and he took part in that rap of the Acclaimed.
Oh.
But for the most part, he's just been being an analyst and with the 0 hour for pay-per-views.
Yeah. I mean, who knows what Adam Copeland's future is gonna hold? I don't know.
Right.
Because I don't think he'll ever step foot in WWE again, unfortunately. And look, it's been a fantastic 24 years. And he has been the Grand Slam champion. And, you know, he had a lot of epic ladder matches.
Right.
So for him to go to AEW, let's see where this goes. Yeah, maybe he will end up on commentary. I don't even know. Maybe he'll get to say the S word. But if he doesn't show up in AEW, then I don't know what's going to happen.
Meh.
But in this case, I want to see the hometown boy go over and become two-time TNT champion.
I think it might be 3 or 4, actually, to be honest. I think Darby Allin's held the TNT title, I think at least 3 times already. So, yeah. I don't know how much of a fan you are of people being dual champions, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one.
Okay.
So, this match is going to be for the Ring of Honor World Championship and the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship. Eddie Kingston versus Katsuyori Shibata.
So the rumor, it's not a rumor, it's history basically. Apparently, Eddie Kingston wants to do this because Tony Inoki did this. He was a double champion, I think. I can't remember. So basically, that's what he wants to do. I like Eddie Kingston as a wrestler. Shibata is a good wrestler as well. This is going to be like many of Eddie's matches. A lot of chops being served at the barbecue.
Yeah, exactly.
As far as this match goes, I think Eddie's been on a roar since he's been back. I think that he'll keep the momentum going.
Okay. Yeah, I could easily see Eddie retaining, considering the fact he literally just won the Ring of Honor Championship, like, last week.
Like, yes, I don't like dual champions. Unfortunately, this is the world we live in right now.
Seemingly.
So, yeah, you know what? I want to see Eddie go over.
Right. And 2, it's like, okay, very seldom do you ever see somebody hold 2 titles at once. And when it happens, it's like, a fairly big moment. It's almost as if AEW is like hey, I got an idea. Let's make our own history and make history and change history and have more than one person be a dual champion. Because, like, okay, you've got Eddie Kingston is the Ring of Honor World Champion and then Strong Openweight Champion. You got MJF is one half of the Ring of Honor Tag Champions and the AEW World Champion right now.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay then. But nevertheless, yeah, I could easily see Eddie retain. For the TBS Championship, Chris Statlander defending the title against Julia Hart of the House of Black.
Yep. This will be interesting for sure. Again, Chris Statlander has been a good champion. The fact is that Julia Hart has been in AEW now for a year and a half.
About that, yeah.
I mean, you have her with the Varsity Club, or
Varsity Blondes.
oh yeah, and then she converts over to the House of Black.
Right.
She did pretty well, and she's still doing pretty well.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, if she wins the TBS title, that gets gold over to House of Black again.
Yeah, you can say that.
On the other hand, if it's not Julia Hart, then who's going to take down Chris?
Yeah.
Because Chris Statlander is one of those unique wrestlers that I think is somebody that could be the longest TBS champion.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Because I wanted to say Julia Hart, but at the same time, it's like, how far can Chris Statlander go?
Yeah, exactly.
And now losing Jade Cargill, it's kind of like, okay, because she was actually a really good TBS champion.
Oh, yeah.
So, fuck it, I'm gonna just say that Chris Statlander's gonna win, retain.
Yeah, I could see Statlander retain too. Because I think if Statlander, like, Julia Hart has a great showing in this match and then comes up a little short, that will give her that little extra bit of, like, credibility and be like, oh, okay, she's not just, you know, the follower of the House of Black. She's like a legit on the same level as, you know, Malachi and Brody and Buddy.
Right.
And I mean, Julia Hart could be, I think she'd be an interesting champion, but like, I don't see it yet.
Not yet. Like, we brought up before, Full Gear.
Yeah. Then we go on to a fatal four-way for a shot at their AEW tag titles down the line. You got the Young Bucks, the Guns, the Lucha Brothers, and Orange Book.
Yeah. I don't see them winning. I mean, look, the team of Orange Cassidy and Hook would be a unique tag team,
Yeah.
but, I mean, for them to win, I don't think so. I mean,
Right,
look,
yeah.
you just had Orange Cassidy have the international title.
Yeah.
He was a very good wrestler at that. He defended it well. You know, Cook is still coming into his own. He's a badass motherfucker.
Yeah.
He was the FTW champion. He had a good feud with Jack Perry. I don't know what's going to happen in this match.
Right.
The Young Bucks are good. I don't see them. I don't want to see them go for another shot. I'll say that.
Right.
The Lucha Brothers, maybe.
Yeah.
and then you have the Guns. I think that they've waited long enough. Let's see them go over this one.
Okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
because it's nothing to take away from the Lucha Brothers, or the Young Bucks, or even Orange Cassidy and Hook. I think that, these guys, these brothers, need to have the titles.
Okay.
Just because I want to see who could they wrestle. I mean, you can even have them go against the Acclaimed. Have a feud with that. You can have them go against the Young Bucks. You can have them go with FTR.
Right.
But yeah, I'm gonna stick with that.
I mean, yeah, I don't see Orange Cassidy and Hook winning. The Young Bucks, the Guns, and the Lucha Brothers is like, out of those three, you have any one of those three win, it's like, okay, cool. We'll see what happens, down the line with, we've got the titles being defended. You got FTR defending against Aussie Open. So, whoever wins, and then whoever wins the four-way match, like, okay, they'll probably have a match maybe at like Full Gear. But yeah, like, I'm not really that open to Guns being tag champions, and with the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers, it's like, if one of them were to win, I'd be like, okay, cool.
Okay.
And the last match, we got Ricky Starks versus Wheeler Yuta.
This is gonna be a war.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we know how good Ricky Starks is. We also know how damn good Wheeler Yuta is. I mean, you got this guy that is excellent in the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yes.
He had a very good, he had a lot of good matches in Ring of Honor, including the Pure Tournament.
Yeah.
You got Ricky Starks who wasn't involved in other promotions. It's just going back to heel. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, he's like the modern day Paul White, but he's had such a violent streak too lately.
Yeah.
Unless the Blackpool Combat Club come out to help Wheeler Yuta win,
Right.
I have no idea. It could be Ricky Starks. It could be Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, Ricky Starks gets a win in this one. You're posting him as a heel. Wheeler Yuta were to win, it's like, okay, then what's next? For Wheeler.
yeah.
It's not so much don't really care, it's like,
Yeah, like when we say, we don't know what the winner is.
it's not that we don't care, it's just, if either one of these guys were to win, it's like, okay, great. But then, where do you go after that? Go back to Danielson versus Zack Sabre. Again, whoever wins in this match is like, great. Then what's next?
And yeah, but I think, Danielson and Sabre are very, very good in the ring. Nothing to take away from Wheeler Yuta and Ricky Starks. It's just, you compare the two matches, and I think Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. is going to be fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But, yeah, it's hard to pick a winner, and I mean, I could easily say Wheeler Yuta. He's been one of my favorite wrestlers in AEW so far. I like Ricky Starks with his aggressive streak. Don't know where the hell it came from.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be tough to see what is gonna happen in this match. I really don't know.
Yeah.
And it's just a wait and see.
Yep.
So, this has been another episode of Wheels of Fury. AEW Wrestle Dream.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good show, and I think that, yeah, you know, I don't know what the future holds for any of those guys, because, you know, we didn't talk about Darby Allin's friend.
Oh, Nick Wayne.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, watching a review earlier, it was like, what if Nick Wayne interferes in this match, costing Darby Allin? I don't think that'll happen.
No.
You know, I think Bryan, like I said, versus Sabre Jr. is gonna be a fucking good fight.
Yeah.
You know, just Chris Jericho and the Golden Elite versus the John Callis family. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. It's gonna be a very good show.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Oh, yeah, for sure. AEW shows are always deliver.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. So, with that being said, Fastlane next week.
Right.
I know there's 2 matches scheduled for that
Yeah.
so far.
Right.
Don't know how the hell they're gonna do to pull this off.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, yeah, Full Gear.
Mhm.
I don't know what's coming in before that.
Bound for Glory
Oh yes, Bound for Glory.
is the 21st.
So, this year is just going by fast, man. Yeah, dude. So for me, Matt, this is Killer Kyle. And join us next time. Dig what I'm saying?